This morning, we get up early in the morning, get out here with the birds chirping, to check out our parts that are drying. We're going to bring these down into the shop. This part is just absolutely beautiful now. And the main thing is, I want to see how these decals are going to work. These are the ones Turbo Steve made up and hand delivered yesterday. This part had some defects in it. They're gone now. And we want to get these some more clear on these side panels. But we got a lot of little stuff to do today, and it's good that we're getting an early start. Well, just a spectacular day. If you could see the quality of this finish, wow. This is going to really be nice. Mark, I know you're really going to be happy with this, my friend. And actually, look at this, after days of predicting snow and rain and cold and everything, once I get all this stuff drying, I think I'm going to go for a ride. So what we did learn, and lessons that we've learned about decals so far, is when you make these water slide decals, they have a lot of advantages. They're relatively inexpensive when you consider some of the stickers that Luciano's bought are like 20 or 30 times the price. That's number one. I'm going to save this to do some experiments with. The other advantage is they bury in the clear a lot easier if you're going to bury them in the clear. And so that's another thing. Now, and again, I'm just repeating this. Leave about a 1/16 of an inch, sometime a little more, a little less. But you can't go right up into the black. What happens is, when you wet the decal, the ink will bleed its way out. Now in this case, we're going to be very, very careful. I've re-cleared, re-sanded where the old decal was, re-cleared it, clear as dried. It's a lot of extra steps. If you don't have to do it, obviously, it's a lot more fun if you don't have to do it. But anyway, so we do have 3 extras, just in case. And if you're thinking, wow, what a screw up he must be, you do as many as I do and you'll screw a few of them up. When you throw a lot of touchdown passes, I haven't thrown any yet, so don't worry. But anyway, there's the thing of, we really want this to be nice. We are not skimping and crimping and everything. Now, I don't know what the real, like the first choice time of when a decal should release, because we've used various different papers, and it's just my opinion so far that the stuff that John Pathia used that he got from Texas was a little bit thicker. It seemed to release about the same when I did my tests. And again, I'm always of the opinion that, you know, stuff on the internet is good to know, and you can always find something good out, but there's no substitute for if you just do your own test. You'll figure it out right away. It doesn't take long before you figure it out. Now again, I'm going to pull this off. I got my marker here where this should be. Oh boy, I tell you, this is unbelievable. Let's see how far into that we're going. About in the middle. Okay. And Mark had carefully laid these out. Now see, this one isn't releasing. This is what I was afraid was going to be a problem. And again, we have that in years. I mean, a lot of years, even doing model planes, I've never had this kind of issue with. I can only assume that the paper, they used a real inexpensive paper, or that the paper is old. And boy, I really would love to resolve this problem. Now let's just, we're going to find out if it's my lucky day. I'm going right by the old. Now, I have to admit, I don't really know the high-tech answer as to why this has plagued this particular job. This is a like mystery to me. So, and I thought by videotaping it and sharing information, it would either save somebody else some aggravation, or I'm not sure what. But we do have 4 shots to get one good decal here before this day is over. And boy, I hope, Mark, I hope we do. Now I'm just squeegeeing out all the water. I'm going to give this the usual maybe hour dry time. While this is drying, I got plenty of other projects to work on too, by the way. And then I'm hoping if, well, there was ice on top of the garbage can this morning. I don't know how cold it really is out there, but it doesn't matter. I need to get a ride in. I'm like this guy that's been locked up in prison for too long. I'm in Decal prison. Now, I'm going to put this aside. And let's just hope it's our lucky day. If we can get one coat of clear on this today, I'll feel like, well, we've accomplished something. Oh, and I can pull this up now. We're done with this. You wish you could make this stuff up. This is the first decal. It started drying, and as I suspected, what might happen is it really wasn't sticking down the way it should. And I just started touching the end of it with a Q-tip, and it came right off. So, but what I found is, I put my finger on it back. There's virtually no glue on it at all. I can't figure this out. So what I did, I cut one out of the other sheet. Remember, we have 4 of them. And this one looks a whole lot better. This one looks like it's going to be fine. But that first one, again, that's why I always say if you need a decal, make 4. Again, because you don't box yourself in with these issues. Now, this one is, as ridiculous as this one is sitting down as good as anything I've ever seen. The first one, not so good. It was just curling and curling, and as it dried, now I know what's happening. I can suspect what's happening is because there's no glue and this starts to dry, it just comes up at the corners. But anyway, we're going to have more. Well, first we're going to wait till that dries, and then we're going to go put some clear on it. But we got other stuff while that's drying. This will be the other part of our little, I did some sanding on this yesterday, but I see there's still a couple little spots. I want to get these decals covered with as much clear as possible, because these came from the same batch, and I'm just hoping we don't have an issue somewhere down the road. But again, one of the things, and it's true of paint, it's true of decals too, you're never at a point where you just can't grab some sandpaper and sand them off and go back to square one. It's not like cutting a frame or you know, other things that you can't undo quite as easily now. I've been picking away at this part because this is the one we had. I was just afraid of this, and this is the one that this side. This actually is one of the bad decals from that same bad sheet of paper, but we're gonna see. One stuck like glue, the other one didn't. Alright, mystery. The mysteries of life. But it looks like we've got a good enough day. We can get some clear on out there. Get this project moving along, because like I said before, the riding season is coming up soon. Every time I say that, it gets colder. The next day it's 10 degrees colder. But anyway, it is nice and sunny. And I did have ice on top of the garbage can this morning, so I know it got cold last night, down into the 20s. And we are going to get some clear sprayed here very soon. Just to give you an idea how cold it was last night, look at this. There's ice on top of the garbage can. Unbelievable. Anyway, we're ready to test this out. Isn't our lucky day? Oh, it's never our lucky day. Let's find out. Did Mark go to church today? Did Glenn go to church? Did Wendy go to church? Oh, so far so good. We're going to find out.
Now here's where we get burned today. If we had the last of the decals that are coming from, I think, from China, this would have been a perfect day to shoot the final clear, but we're going to have to wait for another day. So, but we'll get, the more we can get this done, it's better for us. Well, so far so good on that panel. Looks like the decal's laying down. Again, you never know if it's your lucky day. Let's see how that's looking down. That's going to be fine. All these parts are going to get wet sanded and buffed out anyway, so if there's a little dust in it, it won't matter at all. Let's see how this is going to work out. This is the area we're really concerned with up here. So far the wind isn't blowing too bad. What I'm trying to do is just get a lot of extra material up around the decal areas. And as I look at this, boy, if we had all the decals, we could be putting a final clear on today. What a beautiful day this has turned out to be. Cold, but let me just show you. There's not a cloud in the sky, and there's just enough breeze blowing that it doesn't make any difference. What a day. And we're going to miss it because we don't have those final tank decals. And what I just want to do with this panel is just get some extra on the clear. Some clear where the decal is. Now after 2 coats of clear, well, I think that's all going to dry up really, that's going to dry up really, really nice. And to be honest, while it's drying, I'm going to head out and get a short ride in. I haven't had a ride in now, man, more than a week. It's time to go for a ride. Well, this is drying up, and boy, I don't think it could be any nicer than that. That paint is just laying down. Wow. I had a little bit of extra in the gun. They even got some extra on those fork covers. And we are heading out of here. Now this is what we like. Life after people. There really is nobody out today. Wow. just really shocked me. I stopped for a cup of coffee here. Good coffee, by the way. Stopped for a cup of coffee, and I look up, and it's like it almost went to 45 degrees here. There was ice this morning on a garbage can when I was painting. What a beautiful day this turned out to be. It really isn't that beautiful, but I'm so distraught to have a riding day.